Caught it Monday, got the Paxlovid, and been taking that and everything else. It's just, I feel fine. It's just, good God, it just wears you out.
Well, it looks like we lost my audio there for a second, but I guess we're back now. I was just going to echo that, and man, it does wear you out a couple of times that I've had COVID as well.
Roger. Well, I won't hold it. I know it's time for the net, so have at it. AI5OS.
Thanks, Justin. Great to hear from you, and great to have you here as well. All right. It's 8 p.m. Central, and time for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, heard Wednesday nights right here on this repeater. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I'll be your net control for the evening. This is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. You can hear us on the University Link repeater system, the N5OAK repeater system, and new this week, the W5AC repeater system in College Station. There are also other ways of checking into the repeater system, and you can find more details at the website ka5d.com/repeaters and n5oak.org/repeaters. Please give a couple of seconds between transmissions to allow all of the system links to communicate with each other. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic on this frequency? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. We won't have any scheduled breaks to check for emergency traffic during the net this evening, but we'll gladly yield the air if any station calls in with emergency or priority traffic. All right, let's rock and roll. The UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net is a social net with the purpose of bringing local amateur radio operators together to share knowledge, discuss club activities, and keep in touch. All hands are invited, both new and experienced, and no club membership is required. If you're new to the net, the way this works is very simple. In just a bit, we'll invite everyone listening to check into the net. We'll start with short time check-ins for stations who just have a few minutes with us, then move on to general check-ins and comment time. Before we get started with check-ins, we have some announcements from the club. I just want to give a huge shout out both to the guys over at N5OAK and to Kyle with the KA5D system for getting us linked up with the W5AC system, both for the Wednesday night net, our net, and also for the Monday night Aggie net. So both of those are going to be coming soon to these repeaters, and really excited for their support to help bring the two clubs together in that way. For more information about our club, or if you'd like to get involved, please visit n5xu.org, where you can read more about the club and sign up for our email list. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. right here on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I'm your net control for the evening. Let's move on to net check-ins. During check-in, please key your mic, say, "This is," unkey, and wait a moment to hear if anyone else started speaking at the same time. If it's clear, key in again and slowly and clearly state your call sign and first name. We encourage you to use standard ITU phonetics if you know them. This gives everyone the opportunity to learn the phonetics and makes it easier for me to write down check-ins. We'll start off with short time check-ins. If you're out there and know that you've just got a few minutes with us, but still want to say that you've checked into the net, this is your opportunity. To keep things brief, we will not take general comments from short time stations. Short time stations, please call now.
Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November, Ernesto, no traffic. This is
Kilo India 5, Yankee Juliet Oscar, Scott at Liberty Hill, short time.
This is Kilo India 5, Mike Victor Foxtrot, Jeffrey in South Austin. No traffic.
This is...
All right, net recognizes. I double with someone. Go ahead.
This is Kilo 7, Kilo Oscar Echo, East Austin.
This is K5JM, Sam, South Austin.
All right, so far we've got Ernesto, KI5PZN, Scott, KI5YJO, Jeffrey, KI5MVF, Kevin, KK7KOE, and Sam, K5JM. Any other short time stations, please call now.
This is KI5 STT, Kilo India 5, Sierra Tango Tango, Dave and Buda, no traffic.
Net recognizes Dave, KI5STT. Any other short time check-ins, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, thank you to the 6 of you who checked in short time. Great to have you here, and appreciate you checking in. All right, with that said, let's move on to general check-ins. After we've got a few people checked in, we'll give the floor to each of you and then to any stations who wish to respond. If we don't get to you during the first round of check-ins, stick around. There will be plenty of opportunities to check in throughout the evening. Again, no club membership is required. Any licensed operators are welcome and encouraged to participate. General check-in stations, please call now. Come on, I know someone out there wants to say hi. We're looking for general check-ins for the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Night Net. Please call now.
This is KI5UOG. This is Ethan checking in.
That recognizes KI5UOG. Ethan, thank you for checking in.
India 5, Yankee Mike Alpha, Ian in College Station.
All right, I got a Kilo India 5, Yankee India Alpha. Is that correct, Ian?
It's incorrect. The suffix is Yankee Mike Alpha. Kilo India 5, Yankee Mike Alpha.
All right, we've got Kilo India 5, Yankee Mike Alpha. That's Ian. Thank you for checking in. Any other general check-ins, please call now.
This is Kilo India 5, Yankee Bravo Echo.
All right, we've got KI5YBE. I believe that is Niab from College Station. Welcome back to the net. Any other general check-ins, please call now.
This is Kilo India 5, Zulu India India, Sai from the UT Amateur Radio Club.
Sai, welcome back to the net. That's KI5 Zulu India India. Great to have you here. Any other general check-ins, please call now. Nothing heard. Let's start things off by checking in with Ethan. That's KI5 UOG. Ethan, how are things going for you? Nothing heard. Well, I know Ethan is in the car right now, so he may be in a spot where he's not able to pick up the radio and give us a call back. For those of you who don't know, Ethan, KI5UOG, is my roommate, so I'll see him here in a few minutes and get my fill in from him, but hopefully we'll hear him again on the net next week. Let's move right down along the list to our next gentleman. That is Ian, KI5YMA, Ian from College Station. Ian, how's your week going, man? Great to have you here.
My week's going pretty good so far. It's a lot calmer than last week, a lot less work, and classes are going lighter now that the first exam season is over, so I'm doing pretty well. This is KI5YMA back to net.
Awesome, Ian. Yeah, I know we just got through the one crazy week of exams and projects and everything due this last week. I was telling everyone on the last net, I think I had a project, an exam, a second project, and a third project for the same class as the second project last week. So, man, I was very, very excited to get through that and get done. Unfortunately, this week seems to have filled itself up with a completely different kind of extra time commitment for me in the form of working on code for my senior design project. But, hey, at least that's better than sitting around at home and doing absolutely nothing all the time. So it'll keep me off the radio a little bit, but I still have the time to come on here and run a fun net this evening. So benefits and benefits to it. There's some disadvantages to it, but all in all, we're still doing pretty good. So Ian, thank you so much for being here, and hope to hear you again soon. All right, next on the list is KI5YBE. That's Niab. Niab, how's your week going?
This is KI5YBE. Much of the same. We got the first midterm season over. I've got one more exam on Monday, but after that, it's a lot more chill. So I'm looking forward to putting a lot more time into W5AC, a couple of projects I've set aside regarding that, including some more inter-club cooperation stuff. We're great to be here. Great to have you guys in our areas. And KI5YBE, back to net.
Awesome, man. Well, I will say I am also really excited about the opportunity for some inter-club cooperation here. It has been super, super cool to have y'all connecting your repeater up for our Wednesday night net, and now super cool that we have this permanent link on the schedule for y'all to get connected in here every Wednesday night and hopefully on the Monday nights as well for y'all's net. Super cool. Hopefully some of our guys and the N508K guys will jump in and support your net, just like y'all have been doing for us as well. And really excited to, get to do some fun things with amateur radio, talking to people that are a little farther away than just what's probably within simplex range for us and our station down here. Great talking to you on Discord as well. And let me know, man, if you're thinking about an 878. I am, like I said, I'm thinking about potentially selling mine. So now that I'm using the VX6 for everything. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Shoot me a message on Discord. And I will also absolutely keep y'all up to date in terms of how that new micro all-star node project that I'm working on goes. I have not really been thinking about that recently. But, man, the conversation on Discord has made me think maybe I need to put some time back into that sometime soon. maybe over spring break when I've got a little bit of a breakaway from work, schoolwork kind of thing, and have some time to work on my own project. So I will keep you all updated as well. All right, I realize that I have completely forgot that thing that I'm supposed to do where I open it up for questions and comments, but at this point, we'll go ahead and do that. Questions or comments for either Niab or Ian. If you have them, please call now with your first name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, it's about time for Station ID. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. right here on the University Link repeater system, the N5 OAK repeater system, and brand new, now the W5AC repeater system. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I'm your net control for the evening. Let's move right along down the list of check-ins to the next gentleman. That's Cy, KI5ZII. Cy, great to have you on the net, and welcome back. How's your week going, man?
Hello, this is Kilo India 5 Zulu India India Cy. I'm glad to be here on the net this week. I just finished all my midterms, just like Niab mentioned as well, and it's going to be a little bit more chill for the next couple of days or so. I'm definitely planning to start studying for my general or extra tech exams for ham radio, so I look forward to that.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, y'all need to get on board with passing me. I'm a general, but we need some more people that are extras in the club. Cause man, the VHS, UHS stuff is fun, especially once you get to play with things like All-Star and DMR. But HF is a whole different animal, and that's where especially all the fun in the shack gets unlocked. Man, I at this point, you know, as a senior that's graduating in 2 months, I kind of look back on it and say, man, I did not take full advantage of the radio equipment, the antenna location, everything that we've got in the shack there. I've probably only been on HF in the shack, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so times between, you know, the 3.5 years that I spent here at school. So, since you're still, you know, you got some time left, man, get your general, get your extra, and get in there and get on HF, because, you have an incredible location there, incredible antenna setup that's going to be hard to have for a while.
Of course, yeah. Thank you so much for the encouragement, and I'll look forward to doing that as soon as possible.
Man, let us know when you get your general or get your extra, because that's exciting news, and yeah, super cool. All right, let's open up the floor for any questions or comments for Cy. If you have a question or comment, or just want to say hello, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, we've reached the end of my check-ins list, and I think that means that it's time to open it up for more general check-ins. If you'd like to check in as general check-in to the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Night Net, please call now with your call sign and your first name. Nothing heard. Man, well, I guess it's going to be a short night tonight. Y'all had me all excited. Last week we went an hour and 15 minutes, which is, I think, the longest net that I've ever run. Man, that was super cool. But I guess we got to hit the other end of the spectrum here with a short net. We'll do one more call for any last-minute general check-ins for the UT net, and then we'll close things down for the night. If you'd like to check in, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, I guess it's going to be a short net tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. a service of the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5XU. We're right here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for the net. We are the official amateur radio club of the University of Texas at Austin. For more information, please visit n5xu.org, where you can read more about the club and sign up for our email list. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and from my QTH here in North University, 7-3, and thanks again. This system is now returned to regular amateur use.
Kilo India 5, Zulu Echo X-ray, testing to see if Echo Link works.
Kilo India 5, Yankee Mike Alpha, you're coming through fine on the W5AC system.
This is KI5YBE. Glad to see that your Echo Link is finally working and that we can hear you on the air in Aguiland.
Kilo India 5, Zulu Echo X-ray, can confirm I can hear you on my end. I'm glad to be here.
This is KI5YBE. For anyone who's listening in, this is my friend. He just got into ham radio. I converted him. So I told him he should try out the W5AC repeater system and see if he could talk to some folks here, make some contacts with people in Aggieland.
Man, well, he's linked up to enough repeaters right now that the odds are pretty good of making a contact. Both KA5D and the N508K we're still linked up over here as well. So, hey, man, welcome to Ham Radio, and cool to have you here. This is KN4LRA.
Kilo 7, Kilo Oscar Echo. Didn't hear anything, so figured I'd sneak in and just say hello from a fellow newbie. Got my tech in general last weekend and enjoying it so far. Definitely not sucking up all my extra time, no.
Kilo India 5, Zulu Echo X-ray. I'm pretty new to ham radio too, so we're pretty much on the same page. And yeah, it's taking up a lot of my time, but it's a really fun hobby from what I can see.
Yeah, I guess I'll share a quick newbie story. And folks on the N508K side will be familiar with this. Probably third time they've heard this now, but if you buy a radio and it ships from Japan, make sure it's not locked to Japanese bands from one newbie to another. Yeah, I'm shipping this thing back.
This is Kilo Golf 5, Papa Alpha Golf. I'm not in College Station, but I am an Aggie, and I'm currently staring at a Chick-fil-A in North Austin. It's good to hear you on the repeater. Over.
Kilo India 5, Zulu Echo X-ray. Nice to hear you too. About the radio from Japan, yeah, that's pretty funny. My first radio was actually a Baofeng UV5R, and that was kind of a pain getting that unlocked, but now I have full access.
What happened? The net ends, so everyone comes out from hiding?
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Everyone should have jumped on earlier. This is KN4LRA.
KF5 Flying A. Who was the person who bought the Japan locked radio?
Yeah, KK7 Kilo Oscar Echo. I was the guy who ended up with the Japan locked radio. I was impatient and I wanted an FT991A, and I was tired of them selling out all over the place. So went on eBay, found a reputable looking dealer, and had one shipped. And it shows up, and you know I'm locked out of American VHF and UHF bands all over the place. So lesson learned. You know, luckily we got a good return policy over here, and got the American version on the way here from Arno. So we'll get it solved.
Surprised hearing about that. I know I have an ICOM 7300, and I know on those that switching the regions can be done just by changing some diodes internally, but definitely didn't know about how Yaesu does their models between the different regions. This is KF5 Flying A.
Yeah, KI5 YMA, this is KK7 KOE calling back. After getting a bunch of advice and from the graybeards on our Discord over here, graybeards so to speak, probably just a bunch of the guys that have their extras or have been in it a while. The general advice seemed to be just ship it back. You got a return policy, ship it back. So seemed to be the cleanest maneuver at this point. KK7 KOE, I'll go clear and let somebody else talk. Nice chatting with y'all.
Hey, Kevin, just wanted to say, your signal sounds really good. I don't know if you're on that new radio of yours that you're planning to send back or what you're on, but your signal sounds really good. So whatever pick you made there, you're doing great, and great to have you on the ham radio community here. Man, if you decide to order another radio, I've always been a big fan of Ham Radio Outlet. They ship fast, and they have a really great customer service. So once you get yours shipped back, that's where I would go for the next one. This is KN4LRA.
Yeah, hey, thanks. Just real quick, appreciate the signal report. I do not have any special equipment. In fact, I'm on a handy talkie right now. I'm just a Baofeng UV, what is this, like a 5 HP or something like that. So it is up at 8 watts. I do have it on high power right now, but I think the magic is that is just the geography here. I've got essentially line of sight to UT, so I think that's what's doing it for me.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm less than an eighth of a mile away from the 775 machine at UT as well. I can look out the window and see the building and see the antenna on the roof of it. So, hey, it definitely helps in terms of getting into the repeater. And, yeah, but great to talk to you, and hopefully we'll hear you on the air again soon. This is KN4LRA.
Likewise, bud. Appreciate the chat, and hope everyone has a good evening. KK7 KOE.
This is Kilo India 5, Charlie Yankee, listening.
Hey, I think I heard KI5CY. Is that right? This is KN4LRA.
KN4. This is Kilo India 5, Charlie Yankee. Name here is Al.
Hey, Al. Well, it's great to hear from you tonight. I don't think we've chat before. Name here is Matthew, and we just wrapped up the UT Amateur Radio Club net on this frequency not too long ago. So you got me on here. We're still linked to KA5D and linked down to Aggie Land with the W5AC system, so maybe one of them will jump in here and say hi to you as well.
Al. AC. I've known him for years. He's talking about who came from Japan and was in Japan. I mean, locked on Japan. These are what?
Al, you're kind of cutting in and out of the repeater there. I don't know if you have an opportunity to increase your power or get in a slightly better location, but really choppy there, kind of doing the picket fencing thing.
Let me see if you got me here.
Hey, that sounds a lot better.
So what was he saying? What was it? KK7 KOE or something like that? That he got a radio from Japan and it's locked?
That was my understanding of it. I guess he ordered it directly, maybe from Yaesu, and found that it was locked to his Japan frequencies. I don't know that much about how the locking works because I ordered from HRO. I'm on a VX6 right now, but I might have thought that there was some way to change that. I don't know.
Most of these radios are built. Now I don't know about the Yaesu, maybe not, but they're pretty much built the same way. But you can unlock it, and usually you get to the portion where it asks you whether you want U.S. ham bands, you want European ham bands, or you want commercial operation or whatever. What kind of radio is it? VHF, UHF?
That is a good question, and I do not recall. It was not one of the handhelds that I recognized. It must have been one of the
mobile radios, but I do not recall. Jeffrey, are you still out there? Or sorry, Kevin. It was Kevin, not Jeffrey. Kevin, are you still out there?
KK7KOE. Just when I get out, they pulled me back in.
Kilo India 5 Charlie Yankee KK7KOE. I like the call. Hey, so the radio came from Japan and it's locked into Japan frequencies and you can't unlock it? You can't jailbreak it?
Yeah, that is basically my understanding. So, and you know, I didn't really know what I was getting into, right? And there was pretty much no indication on this retailer's page that that would be the case. And on the contrary, a lot of stuff about international shipping, doing a brisk business with Americans, as far as I can tell. A lot of reviews from written in American English. So anyway, so I order this thing. We'll reset. Can't transmit on a ton of just legal American frequencies. So going back through it, it's marked destined for Japan, and the frequencies do line up with, I guess, the VHF, the legal VHF bands in Japan. So kind of poked around in the firmware documentation, didn't see anything there. Menu system, nothing, you know. So doesn't seem like an easy fix, and was advised by others that maybe know more than me to see if I can get a return, which it is covered by returns. So I figured maybe that's the easiest route.
I was a ham. Well, I was a ham for 35 years. Got out of it. Got back into it with DMR, and now I buy these cheap little Japanese things that are, Chinese things that are $100 or something like that, and kind of break them up and use the ham bands as I need them. Like this one here, I've got the ham bands, and then I also have GMRS for the ranch. So, and this one I think is what puts out 20 watts, something like that. But no, it's cool. I just didn't know what it was, the radio. So I'll give it back to you. KK7KOE. This is KI5CY, and was it N6LOA?
This is KN4LRA. Very close.
Yeah, this is KK7KOE. Just yeah, I didn't even mention the model. So it was a Yaesu FT991A. So it was, a shack in a box, and probably still going to stick with that route. I mean, for the few days I had it for like a week. It's a pretty sexy radio, and I definitely enjoyed using it. So got one on the way from R&L right now, and yeah, probably work out a little better.
You're right. The Yaesus that are made, most of them are made in Japan. So, and it's a better product than the Chinese versions, and you'll be happy with it, I'm sure. I've just gotten into this hooked up with the DMR stuff, and I've got a Anytone 878, and then I picked this guy up, and I'm in Lakeway making the repeater, so I feel pretty good about that.
Well, cool deal. Good chatting with you, man. When the conversation about the dummy that bought the Japanese radio came back up, I figured I'd check in and see if anyone had some words of wisdom for me. But as of now, I've got it all boxed up, and I think it's on its way back to Japan where someone there can enjoy it. KK7KOE.
no, sir. Nobody said anything about a dummy that bought a Japanese radio. I was asking what was it that it would happen, just so I don't make the mistake. Listen, I am 72 years old, and I'm always learning, so I don't know everything, and I don't know anything. I just know enough to be dangerous. I appreciate your guys' conversation. Hook 'em horns, and this is Kilo India 5 Charlie Yankee, clear after years.
Yeah, Kilo India 5 Charlie Yankee. I got you down here, and appreciate chatting with you. And I was just joking around about the dummy thing. Pretty irreverent sense of humor myself, but yeah, this has been KK7KOE. Name's Kevin, and appreciate the chat, guys. I'm gonna try to go clear, but if I hear something interesting, who knows? Have a good evening, y'all.
For LNA, thanks for the chat. Appreciate it. Bye, clear.